parents, okay? This is definitely for parents and anybody who has come from a background of sexual abuse, sexual trauma, harassment, incest, all the above. We are definitely going to be talking about that today. It might even hit some triggers for some of you guys, and I do apologize. I deeply apologize if this does. However, definitely if something is a trigger, it should definitely be pulled up by the roots and addressed, okay? But I am definitely going to talk today on the subject of, okay, inappropriate touching and how much it can damage us, okay, even if subconsciously we're not even aware of it, because sometimes adults like to touch children, okay, with a smile on their face, and that smile makes them think that it's okay, right? That if you're smiling, then it must be a good thing or it must be okay. Or even if they feel it's not right, right? Even if a red flag is going off inside, but they're smiling, so it starts bringing about confusion, okay, to that child and not realizing the damage that can grow within them. All right. Another topic I also wanted to cover today was child sexual abuse on another child, okay? Now this starts to come into now your job as a parent, okay? Because the world will raise your children when you don't pay attention to them, okay? And when the world raises your children, they have a very, very hard life, okay? And I can vouch for that, all right? And I think a lot of you guys can, right? The world is not an easy place to live, and it's definitely not something I would want my children to be raised by.
You know, things aren't always what they seem to be, okay? And that includes things at home, right? You don't ever truly know what's going on inside somebody else's house, okay? And you definitely don't know what's going on in the dark, okay? Behind closed doors in people's homes, okay? What they are doing or what they're not doing, okay? You don't know. And so this is our job as a parent to talk to our children about advocating not only just for themselves, but also being an advocate, like a little advocate for others, okay? Like a friend, okay, who's maybe experiencing these things. But I feel like so often a lot of us are taught to stay quiet. We're taught not to say anything. We're taught not to be a tattletale. We're taught not to be a snitch. Okay. And sadly to say, because of somebody's title, like mom, a boss, a, authority figure. Okay. Which is sad because I feel like the shittiest thing people can do when they're in like some type of a leadership role is to abuse their power. Okay. And this even happens inside prisons. This happens at schools with teachers and students. This happens even with children on children. Okay. Friends. All right. Family. Trusted authority. And that's a horrible violation of somebody's rights.
I mean, it's like, I don't want to continue living in this world of like this false fucking reality that like nobody ever wants to talk about certain things in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so lame. And it's, yes, we are going to fix this. Yes, we are going to continue to heal. And yes, we're going to move forward. No, we're not going to fucking keep our mouth shut. We're going to advocate and stand up for ourselves. We're going to show our kids how to stand up for ourselves. And we're just going to continue helping out humanity and making a difference in the fucking world, you guys. Bam. I said it.
It is your body. Nobody is to touch your body. I don't care who they are in any type of inappropriate manner that you are not okay with. Like, we've been taught to just be quiet, or we've been taught to, oh, well, or even ignored, sadly to say. And it's like, your voice does matter. I want you to know right now that your voice does matter. Okay, like, I don't even want to get emotional right now. The sad part is that when a child experiences this kind of behavior at home, they usually act out at school by touching another child. Okay, and so there was an incident at school where another child was touching my daughter. I'm so proud of her that she did end up talking about it. Okay, she was worried that I was going to switch her school because she knows that I do not play when it comes to my children. I come from a background of sexually abused people, especially in the family. This was like my thing, okay, is that I can stand up and show them as a parent how to advocate for themselves and how to do the right thing, okay? Or I can just continue and do what everybody else did, which was to shh and sweep it under the rug and act like it's no big deal, and then just raise fucked up people who have addictions, sex addictions, do weird shit okay, with their body, or confusion, right? Bring upon the spirit of confusion on them because we didn't want to talk about it. I was like, wow, like this is a huge moment for me as a parent. I could either, okay, continue the legacy of bullshit, or I could start a new legacy of standing up for ourselves and actually having the balls to call these nasty people out, or these people that are doing nasty things out on what they're doing is wrong.
I don't want to be the victim. I don't want to be somebody who is going to brainwash their kid into thinking like, oh, poor you, because this happened to you, this is why. Like, no, 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 no. We understand that these people are fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, we understand that these people obviously have experienced something bad and that's why they did it to us. But you know what? We're going to understand this and we're going to forgive. We're going to let it go. And we're going to move forward from this. Okay? And we're not going to make the same mistakes, right? We're not going to continue doing the toxicity. We're not going to continue violating people. You know, we're going to understand about our bodies, you know, about where to touch. Also making like a safety plan with your children. And understanding like, okay, who can we talk to about this? Where do we go to? Where's a safe place to go to talk about this? Okay, it's almost like preparing them for like a fire drill or an earthquake drill, right? It's like preparing them for things that might not even happen. But if they do, we definitely know how to take action and to be aware of these things so that way we can handle them properly, right?
Seriously, like I want you to know that your voice matters. I want you to know that nobody needs to touch your bottom. Nobody needs to touch your chest area. Nobody even needs to graze your neck. Nobody even needs to touch over your clothes. Nobody needs to make nasty comments to you. You are a human being. You are not a piece of meat. You are not a fucking toy. You are a person that deserves to have respect. Your body is not there for their fucking entertainment. Stand up for yourself. Say something. Speak up, because not only do hurt people, but healed people can heal people.
Even though this little kid or whatever, these kids may have done something to violate them, we know that it's wrong, and we're going to understand that, you know what, unfortunately at home there's something being done to them, but we're not going to allow them to make us victims, right? We're going to be victors, okay? We're definitely not going to live through somebody else's mistakes. And that's how things get passed down. I feel like, you know, generation after generation, or get passed on to somebody else, right? To continue in some kind of toxic cycle is through other people's sins, right? Or through other people's mistakes or violations to us as a human being, right? And it's like, I don't want to be the victim.
You know, this is something that I really wanted to come on here and share, because not that I wanted to put my business out there, but because I feel like I'm ready to talk about this. You know, an incident happened at an in-home daycare where an older boy, about 13, was touching my little girl. Okay, just so happened to be the same little girl that had this incident with at school, but at an in-home daycare. Okay, and my son was 5. My son had to physically get beaten up because he was trying to stand up for his sister. You know, the little boy would try to show my son porn. He would close his eyes. The boy would just peel his hands off. Okay, mind you, this kid has been suspended twice. Sometimes the money is not worth it. And it was so weird because all of a sudden she started peeing her pants, and I thought, why did she pee her pants when I picked her up at the daycare? Like, she was sleeping on the couch, peed. And I'm thinking, like, why the fuck did she pee? The babysitter was like, oh, she peed her pants again. And I'm like, why the fuck would she pee her pants again? Because she was fucking getting abused. I remember I had a weird feeling, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And I remember talking to somebody that I thought I could trust about it. I remember they kept encouraging me just to keep working. They were like, I don't think you should quit. I'm like, something is telling me to quit my job. And she was like, I don't think you should quit. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's something going on. Like, spirit was telling me, like, slow down, stop, stop, stop. Like, that's all I got. I remember I meditated in the restroom. I dropped right on my knees. And the message I got was stop. Literally, to stop. So instead, I went ahead and got advice from somebody who I thought was like a religious leader at the time. Okay, they're with the babysitter more than they were with me. And of course, me as a parent, I feel horrible because I was working 2 jobs. I was on welfare also, and I had the free county, you know, daycare. There's a lot going on at that time. So I thought, wow, I'm never going to work another job ever again. Like, I'm going to Figure out how to make a business, go to school, and do something else, because this is not what I want my children to continue to do. Like, they need a mother. I want them to know that I didn't just let things happen to them and not try to fight for them. I did not want them, like, unfortunately, things are going to happen in our life sometimes that are like out of our control. Right then and there, I was like, either I can just not say anything and let it go and find a new babysitter, or we can fucking talk about this shit as a family. We can report it to the police, and we can definitely get her license fucking revoked. Right? We can definitely start getting people in the county involved. Lack of supervision. Why would you let somebody come back that many times after they've already been a headache? Suspended them already. But now you're going to bring them back, and you know they have abusive tendencies. Why would you leave them around small children? You know what I mean? Knowing they have a weird temper, whatever the case is, and they take medication. Like, why would you leave them around small children? Why would you not monitor what they're watching on their tablet? It was this time to hear that my daughter, who was molested at 3 years old, had a experience with a student at school, was extremely heartbreaking, because it brought back so much. It triggered me. You know, honestly, even though we had gone through that time in the past, God had blessed me in ways, like I said, I couldn't even believe. Like, I started selling makeup out of the back of my truck. I paid for my schooling. It went so well that I had to like start booking appointments, okay, to make, drop-offs and deliveries. It was amazing, and I met so many clients, and that actually snowballed into my microblading, my permanent makeup business, and even my own brand. So, which I will get into later and I will talk about another time. But for now, I will say God had blessed us in a way to where we could stay together as a family. He blessed me in a way where I was able to eventually get off and support myself. He opened doors to things that I never even saw myself doing. And so I will say, even though I lost everything again, right?
I ended up losing everything again, and I ended up stopping my business. I closed it, and I've really been taking this time to heal for the last few years of my life. Okay, has been crazy. But I will say, God is so good. Like, he really is amazing. And I know that he's going to turn all of these horrible situations into a blessing. And that's what he does. And that's the beauty of God, is because he does everything at such perfect timing. Like, God was like, no, Sarah, wait a minute. Like, I was starting to allow other people to disrupt God's plan that he had for me at that time. So I feel like it was kind of, it was starting to be built on a firm foundation, but then along the way it got weak. Okay.
And so when it did, God was like, all right, these people gotta go, these people gotta go, these people gotta go, and it's gonna be about you and the kids now, like, right? So it's gonna be all about you guys. And I feel like God was like, you know what, you're gonna teach people about all these things, and you're still gonna do your beauty business, and you're still gonna do your brand, and you're still gonna be the shit, and you're still gonna fucking make it, and you're gonna tell everybody how you lost everything. I didn't have a fucking thing. All this shit in here, I didn't even fucking, I'm telling you. And if it's not you, like, I was so I'm telling you, you guys have to always be thankful for every fucked up situation in your life, because it can and will be used for your higher purpose. If you choose that. If you want it to be used against you and you want to hold it against you, your life for the rest of your life, and hold grudges instead of growing from that situation and healing from that situation to help others heal, well, then you're going to be in that victim mentality. You're going to be the one that is going to be the hurt person hurting people. You know what I'm saying? Like, hurt people, heal people, heal people, heal people. Okay, it's the same thing, right? But in a positive aspect, all right? And so I just want to tell you now, parents, please, I can't urge you enough. Please talk to your children about inappropriate touching. Take that 10 minutes out of your day to ask how their school was going. How was their day? Just 10 minutes of just asking and hearing their voice. Listening to their stories even when you don't want to. Okay, even when you don't want to talk to anyone, just listen or pretend to listen for 10 minutes. Okay? Hear their voice, how they sound when they're saying how their day was. talk to them about things, inappropriate touching. What values do you guys hold into your roof? What morals do you have? What do you expect for them? Because kids are only going to meet the expectations that you set for them depending on how high you set them. So if you set them up here, your kids are going to try to meet them up here. If you set them down here, your kids will only try to meet them maybe up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, children don't want to really typically disappoint their parents. And so when they know that they're loved, when they know they have somebody to talk to, when they know that they can trust you, when they have a good head on their shoulders and they know fucked up things ain't right, they're gonna say something. They're gonna not only, when you're not there, at least give them the confidence and the information needed to get inside of their head to be able to stand up for themselves and for others, to advocate for themselves and others. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. We got to stand up for our rights, guys. We got to stand up for our children. We got to stand up for our grandchildren and our legacy and everything else that is to come, because it is so important in this life how we can either create legacies and generations, or we can actually destroy them and wipe out our whole bloodline. So definitely something to think about. So parents, guys, girls, whoever's watching this, I hope you guys have a blessed day, blessed month, week, year, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Double up, 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. Double up.
I leave it behind if you let me. Ironic, I drown just to hold you down. I jump off the ledge if you're with me. I break you up, you just let me down. Let me down.
Need my all money and chain too.
Let me down.
Whoa. It's hard to catch what you can't see. I grew up to be who I wanna be, so
You see the improvement and you're like, oh my God, yes. So you're like proud of yourself. So that's what I was just telling you. You become proud of yourself, and you and your image and however you think of yourself is going to seriously.
The West Side too, yeah, it's mine. What you know about? Your poster on the wall at the dealership. Leaving the bed, legs trembling. Getting banged on for your penalties. What you know about? Your response be the reason you exist. Lucky I ain't get caught up in the twist.
I'm so in love right now, like I'm just high on life. And you know what? I don't give a fuck what you guys are going through. There is no reason not to look on the bright side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you let me. Ironic, I drown just to hold you down. I jump off the ledge if you
tonight in Burbank, all thanks to a woman who says she knows what it's like to have it tough during the holidays. We dropped by just as the 818 Beauty Project was getting started. A single mom who started her own makeup business out of her car is behind the effort because she says every child should feel special.
got haircuts in the back, all kinds of stuff going on right here. Manicures.
And they smell so good, and also like just the formula, it's not sticky and it's not drying. Like my lips feel like I'm not wearing anything. Like it's
might have been way
actually
before
pretty
it's time.
good.
Posted with my back against the wall. Life is a bitch, but she mine. The rag 6 do, she has mine. The West Side too, yeah, it's mine. What you know about? Your poster on the wall at the dealership. Leaving the bed, legs trembling. Getting banged on for your penalties. What you know about? Your response be the reason you exist. Lucky I ain't get caught up in the twist. Young nigga, blue pager on my hip, so as the champagne spill and the car accelerate and the beat gon' cry. I'll be going to the bank at least 3-4 times. Get handshakes from the branch managers.
Lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. Double up. I ain't telling no lies, I just I ain't telling no lies, I just 5, 4